Hi everybody, my name is Terry and today I'm going to talk to you about stress and financial stress. I am Terry, I'm with Gateway to Counseling. Thank you for joining me today. I have a master's in clinical psychology. I am a licensed professional counselor and I am also a person who has over 25 years of experience. And probably one of the biggest stresses that I see people having is financial stress. It doesn't matter what phase of life you're in. It doesn't matter if you're married, if you're single, if you're old, if you're young. Doesn't even matter how much money you make, to be quite honest with you. Everyone at some point experiences financial stress. And it can take a toll on your body. It can. But today I'm going to give you some information and some support that I think can help you overcome this. You know, here at Gateway to Counseling, we're here to help you with any struggles that you're having in life. But I actually think that if you implement some of the strategies that I'm going to give you today, that you probably don't need to contact us and spend more money. Yeah, you're thinking, Terry, but aren't you trying to get business? No, we're trying to help people, okay? So that's what we want to do. People experience financial stress for what I see one of two reasons. One, they just don't make enough money. They don't make enough money. Or two, they have really wrong priorities, okay? Let's address the easy one first. You just don't make enough money. It may be because you did not go to college. Maybe you did not take up a trade. And let me say this. You don't have to go to college. Some of us go to college, and that's a great thing. That's what we want to do. But it is not an absolute requirement for you to go to college to have more financial security. We know that there are a lot of young adolescents out there right now who have gone to college, financed 4-6 years of higher education, and have this huge amount of debt right now that they have to pay back. I know people who have gone to college to become doctors and on and get their business degrees and they have a huge amount of debt. And the records are showing right now that this debt is causing so many problems with student loans that the younger generation are having a hard time paying off their debt, number one. And two, they can't qualify for the American dream, right? Which is to own a home. So I want to be very clear in saying that you don't have to go to college. You don't have to go and get a 4-year degree. I'll use myself as an example. I did go to college. I got my 4-year degree and I got my master's degree. So I went for another, actually 3 years, because I had to then get my LPC. So I went to college for a long time. But my brother, on the other hand, never went to college. And he decided that he really enjoyed being a truck driver. He wanted to be a truck driver. He took a 6-week course that he paid $600 to do, and you got it. He can make a whole lot of money being a truck driver, right? A whole lot. More than what some people can make having a degree. So you have to find what your niche is. But what I don't want you to do is to think that you can graduate from high school, work at McDonald's or work at the local grocery store and think that you're going to be able to make it up through management and that's going to be sufficient. I'm thinking of someone that I know right now that's a young adult, graduated from high school, was working at a little restaurant and a little fast food restaurant, and quickly became manager, an assistant manager, and was running everything and thought that was wonderful and great, but was only making like less than $10 an hour. And then learned that another friend of his was working in a nice restaurant, just washing dishes, making a whole lot more than him. So I want you to have some some goals when you're thinking about what kind of career you want to have. Not just a job, but a career. How do you want to contribute? And how is that going to financially help you to be more secure so that you can pay your bills? Okay? So that's one part of it. The other reason why people face financial stress is because they want to live like other people. We call it living like the Joneses. People don't say that as much now as they used to when I was younger, but it's still there. You want what everybody else has. Let me give you some examples. In the younger generation and in the older generation, people want to go out all the time. They want to go out and have a good time. And you want to order nice meals at a nice restaurant, and you want to have all these drinks, and you want to have bottles of wine, and you don't want the cheap wine, you want the good wine, right? Good wine is expensive, guys. You can't do that every day. I know individuals anywhere between 25 and 50 that are going out 3-4 times a week for dinner and drinks. I don't know about you guys, but that can get pretty expensive. You can easily spend $100 just going out one night. And that's not even a big thing. It's just like some appetizers, a meal, a drink before, a drink during, a couple of drinks after. You're still home by 10 o'clock and you done spent $100 or more, right? I know people who will spend $100 just for one bottle of wine, right? They'll do that at a baseball game. Oh my God, don't get me started about going to football games. I live here in Houston, and I'm a season ticket holder for the Texans, and it's an expensive day when you go out to a football game or a basketball game or a baseball game. And so you're with your friends, and everybody is buying and drinking and eating, and you want to be there. You want to be social. So you are doing it too. And before you know it, you're putting it on your credit card and your credit card and your credit card, and the debt is going up and up and up, right? Or, you're going to this event because everybody's into the charity, right? We're going to these charity events, and you want to donate. You want to auction. You want to bid on the auction, and you want to, buy some nice clothes and look fancy, and you want to fit in, right? Or you want to drive this car or that car, and the list goes on and on. And don't get me started on those of you out there who throw these elaborate birthday parties for your 5-year-old. You're spending thousands of dollars. Yes, I said thousands of dollars on a 5-year-old's birthday party. Is that really for them, or is that for you? We have to really check ourselves, because our self-esteem and our self-worth comes from our finances. Yeah, you heard me say that. So when we start just spending all this money that we don't even have, it's because we're trying to build ourselves up sometimes, right? We're trying to fit in. I am going to encourage you right now here today. This is an easy fix, guys. You don't have to contact any of us here at Gateway to Counseling. This is an easy fix. You got to set your priorities right. You got to decide, what do I really want? Do I really want to live in debt? Do you? I know some people who go out to eat every day for lunch, every single day. I'll tell you guys a little story. Many years ago, I was working at a place, and my friends would go out to eat every day. And I couldn't afford that. I was a single mom with 2 kids, and I had goals, and I really wanted to buy a house. And I would sometimes just stay behind. I wouldn't go with them. And they would say, "Oh, Terry, come on, you can come with us." And so, I wanted to go and hang out with my friends at lunch, right? So I would pack my little lunch, and I would take it with me to the restaurant. Oh my God. Yes, I would do that. To this day, there are times that I pack my food. For example, when I'm on a plane, I pack my food from home to take with me. Not just because I'm cheap. It's better. It's more healthy for me. Anyway. But I remember them making fun of me. And I didn't care. I had goals. And I didn't share with them what my goals were. But I knew I was trying to buy a house for me and my kids. It was important for me, for my daughters to not live in an apartment. I wanted them to have their own rooms. They were going to be adolescents soon, and I wanted them to have their own space. And I say adolescents, my oldest was going to be, when we moved out of the apartment, she was turning 12. So I wanted her to have her own space, right? And they were shocked when I told them that I bought a house. And they all of a sudden looked at me and said, I want to buy a house too, but I don't have no money. And then they started realizing that I had been saving that whole time. Guys, $10 for lunch, $100 for dinner, that adds up every day. It adds up. You can be saving that money. Where are your priorities? Once you know where your priorities are and what's your main focus, your main goal, sit down and write your numbers out. This is the most crucial point. The most crucial point. How much money do I make? How much do I make in a month? How much do I make a week? How much do I bring in? Can I get bonus time? For those of you who work at a job and don't make enough money, you need to go and get another job. Okay? I know this from personal experience. I wasn't only working one job, I was sometimes working 2, 3 jobs. I was fortunate enough that in my line of work, I could do things after hours. I could do psychological reports, at 2 o'clock in the morning if I needed to, so that I can bring in some extra money for me and my daughters. So yes, I worked more than one job. And I saved, but I knew my numbers. I knew that I made enough money to support us. But I did not make enough money to reach the goals that I wanted to reach. So I had to do something different. I looked at my numbers and it was this for rent, this for the car note, insurance, lights, gas, water, cell phone, food. Food. Yeah, we got to eat, right? And there's another one. What do you need to eat? We need to eat healthy, right? But do you need to eat a lot of junk food? Do you need to, for example, have all the cookies and ice cream and cakes and pies? Do you really need to have all that? You can eat healthy and be on a budget, right? And it's better for you. So yes, when I was on that budget, I trimmed everything down as much as I could. And I saved and I worked extra and I brought in extra money doing odds and ends for people, right? So that we could reach our goal. And you can do the same thing. You don't even need to contact us. Now, if you want to contact us at Gateway to Counseling, we're just a screen away. We're here to help you get through this. We're here to help decrease that level of stress. But if your stress is purely about your finances, watch this video 2-3 times. Go over it again. It's really simple though. Do you make enough money at your job? If you don't, do you need to go back to school and get some training? Do you need to get a better job? Is that going to maybe take some time? Do you need to get a second, a third job? Something that maybe you can do at home. Plan A, plan B, right? If you make enough money to pay your bills, but you want to have some extra goals, like a really nice family vacation, don't go and take a loan so that you can take your family on vacation. Please don't do that. I know some of you do that. I know it because you tell me. I remember a family when I was younger took this really nice vacation. They were gone for like a whole week. Back in that time, we didn't do that kind of stuff. And they came back home and they were bragging about what fun they had and what an awesome time. And guess what? They lost their home. They lost their home. I had a neighbor once. She was always getting her nails done and getting her car washed. And there I was with my nails undone. And by the way, I do my own nails. But, you know, I was out there washing my own car, you know, doing things, cutting my own yard, doing things myself. And she lost her home because she was living above her means. If you make enough money to pay your bills, but you have some other goals, other things that you want to do, then go out there, maybe get another job, just something small, something that'll help out, right? $400-500 makes a big difference in someone's family. I just don't want you guys out there struggling. Do you hear what I'm saying? I don't want you today to take your family to, you know, a weekend down in wherever, right? And you guys have a great time just for the weekend. It's just for 2 days. And you come home and the transmission goes out on your car. Or your tire bust. And you don't have money to even pay for it. You barely had money to get back home. I've known people over and over and over to do that. They spend everything they have, everything, on things they don't even need. And they tell themselves, I deserve this. I deserve to do this for myself. Stop looking at immediate gratification. And I want you to start planning and setting your priorities straight. Again, my name is Terry. I am with Gateway to Counseling. If you need us, we're just a screen away. Please enter into our gates for a brighter tomorrow where you are in control.